Hey guys, Jingraves here, doing another one for you guys. This one, if you've watched my Juji Ito review or the Juji Journey, you've probably seen this one before. This one is another good one, which are probably ones that I will also put in here again because it's manga. I mean, you can't stop talking about manga when you're a manga tuber. Um, anyway, though, this was one of my favorite Juji Ito ones. Um, that was phenomenal. About half of this book, I believe, is this story, which, from Juji's point of view, was great. Um, but this one is Frankenstein. Frankenstein was a great story that was in this. I loved how everything happened, everything turned out um, in Frankenstein, and how it was kind of Juji's rendition of Frankenstein. Um, it made it very, very good. It made it awesome and wonderful. Um, and some of his works are really weird. So some of them, maybe one story I would rank pretty high, but some of them not so much. Um, but this book collectively was phenomenal. You have like the Frankenstein story. You have this thing about the swamp witches or whatever. Um, you have this one about a house that all this different stuff happens to it. It's got dimensional voids in it where people can walk in to the house from a different dimension and actually pop back out in your world. There's a bunch of them that are related to that. There's some other crazy ones. They're kind of almost like, um, you know, old crazy, ghost stories and stuff. And then you have one that actually goes with the Yan and Mu book about one of the dogs that Juji had. That's in this. It's the last one, so that's really funny. And then, of course, at the end, that one also has this where the dog passed away. But until then, you get all this different stuff, and I like how he talks about the dog and how basically the dog is the master and he's the trained monkey almost. But yeah, Frankenstein was really, really good. That's one of the ones that I really can't wait until um, his rendition in No Longer Human comes out, because I've read the Frankenstein one. I think I've read all his works that have come out in English. Now these are hardcovers, and they're done by Viz, so it's a Viz signature line, and really, really good. So with this one, I would have to give it a 4 out of 5. Um, like I said, everything in it was great. If I had to give Frankenstein itself a rating, I would say the story by itself is 5 out of 5. Um, some of the other ones are fours by themselves. There's maybe a couple that I would consider like a three in this. But like I said, collectively, everything in this, I would definitely have to say is a 5, or is a 4 for me on the scale, on the Gen scale. And it's just fun. I also think that it's really cool that this one, how he's kind of color coding his books. There's an orange one, Smash. There's a blue one, light blue one, Shiver. This one's Frankenstein. It's purple. I really can't wait to figure out what color No Longer Human's going to be whenever that comes out. And then he's got his old ones that are more classic, that are solid white with a black back to them. And then he's got some other ones that are just kind of random, put your feet in the water and test it out. Um, but yeah, this one, like I said, Frankenstein was a work of art. Some of the other ones in this were a little weird, little weird. Not his weirdest, but they were a little weird. But like I said, this is one that I felt toppled a bunch of the collective story books that he's put out, and it's just great. There's nothing really else I can say about it. Um, you know, and it's just great. I don't know what else to say about it. Um, Especially when this one seemed like the only one that actually kept close ties with. It's basically like two two stories in it, and then one little kind of like almost author's note about his dog. So, um, like I said, really really good. Some of the other ones jump around with their ideas too much, um, but this one is definitely good. If you like Frankenstein, definitely read it. If you like, um, I can't remember what it's called. There's another one where it's a weird house, where the house kind of stays there, but then there's a time limit that it goes to another universe. Um, that kind of reminded me of this, but other people come from other universes to this one. So really crazy. But again, really, really good. You got another one of his talking about his pets, and yeah. So if you haven't read this one, this is one of the ones I highly recommend to you to read. Um, if you haven't read Yuji Ito first, um, this one, if you read some of the black and white ones, for the covers, which is Uzumaki Tomi and Gyo, those ones, I would say some of them are kind of weird, and not all that great. And then there are some that are really, really good in there. But this is definitely one that you need to experience that is just phenomenal. When it comes to the rest of them, I feel like this is one that is right there blowing some of the other ones out of the water. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I believe we're on day 6. This is episode 5, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Jingraves out.